Well, it's a big show.
You must dig my dig in the mashed potatoes. Go hog.
This is a team sport. It's not a talent-based sport.
We got Bobby fucking Petrino back. If I'm honest with myself right now, it's a cool 12-0. Oh, look at that tornado.
That's right, folks. It is the college football tailgate big show. As always, it is me, XFL Jim, joined by the wonderful Chase Sessoms, a.k.a. the Wolf of Oaklawn. And at the bottom, the brains of the operation, it is Erik, a.k.a. Uncle fucking Rico. What's up, boys?
What is going on?
We are officially at, I always think Army-Navy is like a send-off to the season for college football, and then it's bowl season is a completely different animal than everything that we just had.
Absolutely. One is a beautiful celebration of America, and the other is everything that's wrong with college sports. I don't know any opinion on that.
It is crazy that the transfer portal and signing day and all that stuff happens before the postseason. That seems like the schedule for college football does seem crazy to me.
Yeah. I think it's just weird, the whole portal stuff and everything. And we're starting to see these kids leave and decide. Kids are pulling out last minute to take to leave. It's going to be really weird. There's also the game today. There's certain players we don't even know. The wide receiver for South Alabama, whose name I'm spacing on. We don't even know if he's going to go. This is truly going to be a lot of last minute stuff with guys popping in and out at the very last minute.
It's so much weirder and different adjusting, handicapping the bowl season versus the regular season. It's so wild.
It starts with taking attendance. Who's there? Who's actually there?
Yep.
I saw the other day that Arkansas leads the SEC in number of players in the transfer portal. So I can go ahead and tell you, take Texas Tech in the fucking Liberty Bowl.
But I mean, the thing is that's a good example. I got Texas Tech at +3, but right now it's down to what is it? I think they're a favorite. So you just kind of.
It's all about timing.
It's all about timing, and if you miss something, you can always wait and just kind of hopefully get a better number live.
Yeah, they're currently a 3-point favorite, Erik.
Texas Tech.
Yeah.
Dude, look at that CLV, dude.
So let's get into the slate, boys. Army-Navy, the game of the day, the event of the day, 2 p.m. Army is a 6.5-point favorite. -278 on the money line, +225 for the midshipmen of Navy. The over-under is 39. Sports Facts chiming in, taking the over in the Army-Navy game. This is the year. Didn't they hit last year?
I disagree. I think this might be the time to take the under. I mean, this is the reason. What do we say about playing service academies is that they're so hard to prepare for because they, run the triple option. Well, these guys see the triple option every day in practice. So I think that the defenses step up. I think the under is an interesting play here.
So 2 years ago, it got to 37 in overtime. Last year, it got to 28. Army won at 17-11.
Under. All day.
So this year, the total is 39. I have to say I did bet the over. I did. I think Bryson Daly shows out. And I think even against the option team, I think I wanted to dabble with Army here. And maybe I will a little bit later. But I think as comparable as these teams are, I think Army's just a way better version of what Navy's been trying to do.
I literally did nothing this game. Literally.
Coward! Yeah, Un-American!
I know, dude. Maybe Maybe I should move to Canada, but I literally have no idea what to do in this game at all.
I hate the Lakers chiming in. Navy money line and plus 6.5. Jeff says all money on the over.
So,
Man.
what do you think you can get a Bryson Daly anytime touchdown at?
It's got to be
minus 550. Minus 550.
I was gonna say like minus 375 or something. Do you guys think he makes the Heisman ceremony?
No.
They already didn't. It. Yeah, it's a travesty.
It's bullshit. You don't think it's a travesty that the Army couldn't even just fly him out?
Did you guys see the picture? Like all the guys are like dressed up to like looking like they're gonna go out, and then Gentry's just in the Boise State jumpsuit.
Yeah, it makes me want to root for Genty even more.
Yeah. And with my boy Nick Nash not winning the wide receiver.
Disgusting. Honestly disgusting. And I was upset by the tight end award too.
Who won that?
Warren from Penn State.
Not the guy from Bowling Green?
Yeah, not the guy from Bowling Green, right? That is like having a historic tight end season.
I mean, he's going to be in the
There's
SEC.
no respect.
Absolutely none. Is there an odds? Is there a bet that Trump and Biden will both be at the Army-Navy game?
Jesus.
Nothing on my book.
I'll tell you what. I haven't looked.
Damn.
Can you bet that drones will fly over?
Yes, that's exactly what I was about to ask.
Oh, that would be sick.
I mean, are we being attacked by UFOs right now? Like what? Like this was all new to me. Like I don't.
This is Chase's wheelhouse.
We might have to take this offline. There are a lot of theories. I think that some of them are actual UFOs, but like the drones are up there to kind of like muddy the waters, and so there might be more drones than UFOs. But I think
I've heard a theory that it's aliens fighting other aliens to protect us.
Yeah, the Galactic Federation. That's a big thing.
So we pay aliens to protect us? Is that what we're going with now?
Well, we pay them the supposed agreement of the supposed Galactic Federation is that they give us alien technology. In exchange, we just kind of turn a blind eye to them, abducting a couple thousand humans a year and doing some butt stuff to them.
I think that's how we developed the fleshlight.
If not killing them. So that's, this is all alleged. I'm not saying I believe in any of this, but this is the Galactic Federation theory.
Tonight, bowl season starts. Does it feel early for bowls?
It feels insanely early. There's usually not a game, but I think like everything's just skewed with the college playoffs and everything like that.
8 p.m. tonight, South Alabama, Western Michigan. What bowl is that one?
That is in the Montgomery, Alabama. The
Salute to Veterans Bowl.
Oh, so I was right. I got the first two roads right.
Where is that?
Montgomery, Alabama.
It is
it's in Alabama.
It is in Alabama, I believe.
Man.
Yeah, it is in Alabama. USA, Alabama is a 9.5 point favorite here. Minus 325 on the money line, plus 260 for Western Michigan. Over under is 58. Eric,
So,
I know you got something here.
I got a shit number. I got 7. This number tells me Lopez is going to be playing. We need to remember last game he left and he was on crutches. Obviously, with this move up to 9.5, someone probably knows something that he is going to go. Their running back entered Bloth. He entered the portal. He is not going to be playing. I think that's a big blow to the South Alabama running game. Really don't know what Pritchett, who's their top wide receiver, is he going to go or is he not going to go tonight because of the portal stuff. Shrugs, their best DB, who lines up in the slot. He is out for South Alabama. They are the worst tackling defense per PFF. Western runs 60% of the time against a poor tackling team. I just think with the way Western wants to play of limiting the possession, working the running game, the Jags possibly being without Lopez, without their top running back. We don't know what's going on with their top wide receiver. I thought 7 was it, but obviously with the move, it looks like Lopez is going to go, so I got a shitty number.
You and me are fighting here, Eric. I got the 8. I got South Alabama -8.
It's showing here all the way down to -9.5.
Yeah, I'm seeing 9.5 now.
Yeah,
I got
so
it at 8.
that means Lopez is playing. That means Lopez.
I like South Alabama here. This is also, I hate doing it, but historically, we've kind of tried to like, I've talked about this with Chase a few times in years prior. I kind of like to fade MAC teams in bowls, especially when they're like traveling super far.
Just no love.
Erik, the directional Michigans are our ride or dies, but
It's true.
the South Alabama team's been so feisty all year.
Mm-hmm.
And I get that they might be missing a few players. Everyone will be. But that's why it's called gambling.
I think with it being in Montgomery, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take a swing with a really shitty number and say South Alabama covers the 9.5.
Also, wouldn't hate. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to add the under as well. I'm going to add the under. Under 58.
So the last 20 years in bowl games, the MAC is 45, 67, and 4, 40.2%. It's not too hot.
So fade the MAC.
Not too hot.
Now we're going to do a little bit of a projection for bowl previews. We will be back, of course, on the 21st, so we're going to look at the games in between now and then, starting on Tuesday, December 17th. Happy birthday, Mom. She gets to watch Memphis versus West Virginia. Memphis is a 5-point favorite here, over under 59, plus 170 on the money line for the Mountaineers.
So
Who's the interim? Who's the interim?
I think it's their wide receiver coach. I know for me, what I did here is I got Memphis, but I got Memphis at -2. Anything over 3, I wouldn't play here. There's this angle that when the coaching staff loses, you always fade them. It's like, I think they've covered like 3 games in the last 15 years. So that's just something I just kind of blindly do. Does West Virginia like to do offensively? They like to run the ball. Memphis is actually pretty good against the run. Memphis, everyone's going to be playing. They're going to be throwing the ball all over the field. So I just did Memphis -2.
It's a Memphis game. It's a weird game. So I'm taking the over. I am taking the over in the Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl.
Respect, dude.
I'm not going to touch this at all. I really like this Memphis team. I really like Hennigan. I don't know what to expect out of West Virginia. I mean, for one, rally around the interim, but then you also have the stat that Uncle Rico gave, so I'm all conflicted. It's a gnaw dog from me.
I'm making a declaration right now, similar to how I bet every single win total for the college football season. I will be betting every bowl game. So
all right.
that is a declaration I have. Give me the over 59 in Memphis, West Virginia. Wednesday, December 18th, Western Kentucky takes on James Madison in the Boca Raton Bowl. JMU is an 8.5-point favorite here, -310 on the money line, plus 250 for the Hilltoppers. Over under is 52.
I got nothing.
Little deflation from Western Kentucky here. Do we see them a little deflated coming in here? Not. This was a good shot for them to win the CUSA. Disappointing end of the season. JMU maybe coming in a little feisty. 8.5 is a crazy number, though.
I think 8.5 is crazy. I'm jumping on the Western Kentucky side here.
You and me both, Chase. We're gonna ride with this Hilltoppers. We've been kind of on them a decent amount of the season. 8.5 just seems like a crazy number.
Right.
Cal, UNLV, the AOS LA Bowl hosted by Gronk is the official title of this bowl game.
Yeah, I got burnt here. I took Cal -3.5 with all the UNLV stuff going on with them losing their coach, with Odom leaving and everything. And I saw the video of Cal's quarterback, whose name I can't pronounce,
Fernando,
crying, saying what a good honor this is going to be, how this is going to be awesome, playing in a bowl game for Cal. Put in the bet, and then 12 hours later, he announced that he is entering the portal.
He's in the portal. Yeah.
Yep.
But UNLV likes to run. Cal's pretty good against the run. I think they're going to be able to stop the run. I don't think UNLV was going to be able to win the trenches. I think Cal's still going to be able to run the ball. Granted, I got a shitty number, but I still like
What was your number, Erik?
3.5.
For as
Cal -3.5.
-3.5. Yeah, right now they're -1 over under 48.5.
Yeah.
Basically a pick 'em. I'm rolling with the Bears. Like Erik said, I think UNLV is going to be floundering a little bit more. And we've seen Cal a few times without Fernando this season. While their offense looked way worse, their defense is still like all right. Is Ott opting out or is Jay not playing?
I haven't seen it. I heard Hunter's out for Cal.
I don't know if I hate the Lakers says don't bet bowl games. Coward.
I'm playing the under 49.
I like
With
that.
Fernando gone, yeah, that feels pretty good.
Let's make some money says I don't either. Erik, I don't. You got cowards in your chat. You got cowards. I need to. I'm gonna roll with Cal minus the 1. I like Chase's underplay as well. I want to see the status on Jaden Ott, if he's opting out or playing or what's he doing. If he's gonna declare for the draft or transfer, I don't know. Thursday, December 19th, the R+R&L Carriers New Orleans Bowl, Georgia Southern versus Sam Houston. Georgia Southern's a 6-point favorite here, minus 218 on the money line, plus 180 for Sam Houston, over under 48.5. This is what I might take an over in.
Sam Houston +5. This is a no-brainer for me.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Georgia Southern wins, but I think Sam Houston is able to keep this one close. I think both teams are kind of playing for it. Yeah, I'll take Sam Houston plus the 6.
Nothing.
You're not even going to dip your pinky toe, Erik.
Got nothing, dude. I got nothing.
Friday,
New Orleans,
December
Houston's just down the road from New Orleans. It's mostly going to be a Sam Houston crowd. I think it's a good one.
Friday, December 20th, the Staff DNA Cure Bowl, Ohio versus Jacksonville State. The Ohio Bobcats are 3-point favorites here, minus 162 on the money line, plus 136 for Jacksonville State, over under 54.5. And I think losing Rich Rod really hurts.
Ohio lost their
Yeah,
coach.
no Rich.
too.
I know. Both
Rich
a
Rod, no
coachless
Chase, though.
bowl. I think the loss of Rich Rod is greater than the loss of... Where did Ohio's coach go? He went to... What?
I have no idea.
Where did he go? Bob Bolt. No, that's basketball. I have no idea where he went, but I trust Ohio here. This is going to be a clusterfuck of a game. Give me the Bobcats minus 3. Tulane, Florida, in the Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl. Tulane is a 14-point dog to the Gators. Minus 600 on the money line for Florida. Plus 440 for the Green Wave. Over under 49.5.
Tim Albin left his position at Ohio to become the head coach at the Clit.
Okay. Do we keep the respect factor? We gotta figure out where Biff goes. We gotta figure out. It's all Biff.
Yeah. He's a power bald too. I don't know what to make of it.
It's a weird move. Tulane, Florida, 14 points. Does Florida are they trying to show up here in the bowl game? Does Florida kind of want to keep this late season momentum they've had?
I want to see the opt-outs from Florida because I feel like Tulane might be a play here.
Yeah, my just gut tells me Tulane plus the 14. But I also
way too much. I mean, everyone, from what I read, everyone is playing from Florida. I mean, what is kind of Tulane's mindset going on this game? They got boat race last week in the conference championship game. Aspirations of making the college football playoff. So, looking at Tulane is going to be playing. Their starting quarterback is going to do their second string Time Thompson enter the portal. Their third string Kai Horton has entered the portal. But Thompson stated he will start the bowl game.
Okay.
We don't know what's happening. I mean, Marshall was out for the year, so we don't really know what's going on with him. Moore hasn't played since week 10. So, I mean, they're missing a lot of guys on defense, but those guys have been out. Florida lost their defensive lineman who only played 300 snaps, their tight end who only played 200. So, I mean, they have guys who are like not playing, but not like anyone who's a quote unquote chain mover.
You know what? Switch it. Give me Florida minus 14. I'm going with my take that they are trying to keep this late season momentum going. They need the motivation. They're going to try and roll here.
Maybe a half if it's 7 or less.
Yes, I would also love that.
I'm just confused and don't know what to do, so I'm not playing it.
And then we get the first game of the new playoffs, 7 p.m. Indiana, Notre Dame. Notre Dame is a 7.5-point home favorite. Over under of 51 plus 235 on the money line for the Hoosiers.
I did it.
Boy.
I took St. Nettie as a dog here. The one thing that really stood out to me about Indiana this year is they're actually decent against the run. I think they're going to be able to stop Notre Dame's defense, Notre Dame's passing attack, and I don't trust Riley Leonard to step up and make some big-time throws. So I did the 7.5. I'll probably sprinkle a little bit on the money line. I don't think this Notre Dame team is that good.
I think Notre Dame is good. I think Kirk Cignetti is – I think coaching advantage strongly for Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
I think quarterback advantage strongly for Indiana. The only worry I have is the Indiana offensive line against Notre Dame. Because, like Erik said, Indiana's been really good against the run. And in a pressure situation, I'm going to try and fade Riley Leonard when he has to, when he's called upon to throw the ball. But my only worry is the Notre Dame defensive front against Indiana. Because
you saw what Ohio State did to him.
Exactly.
He just ate him up.
He was dying out there.
How fired up do you think the University of Indiana is going to be playing a playoff game in their home state against Notre Dame? Like, there's got to be just extra motivation factor with that, right?
I want to, yes. A, yes. And B, the, ease of travel for the fans.
Yeah, I'm pulling the trigger. I'm going Indiana plus 7.5 here.
I'm going to go Indiana plus 7.5. I'm going to go money line.
Sprinkling 2.
Yeah.
No.
Let's get it. I might do a couple Curtis Rourke props too. Sports Facts chiming in. Erik, you betting Oklahoma State today?
No.
So other football, that's what we're doing so far. Once again, to reiterate, on today, I am on the Army-Navy over, and I'm on South Alabama minus 8.5. Erik is only on Western Michigan plus 7 or 7.5?
Western Michigan 7.
And then Chase, you were on the Army-Navy under.
Yes.
And did you do South Alabama as well?
Yeah, I did South Alabama.
Jeff chimed in, Incarnate Word plus 21. Other bets. I'm going to do my football. I got one other football bet because we're also in the period of the FCS playoffs. I'm taking UC Davis plus 5.
Ooh.
Respect.
Nice.
Rolling with them. They're trying to prove something right now. They're thinking, I think in other sports, not football, I think they're potentially joining the Mountain West in a few years. Okay. So they got something to show out for. And UC Davis is they're tough. They're mean. They're good. Now, Erik, I know you have a few. I don't know about Chase. Erik, why don't you regale us with a couple of you want to dip your toe into the college basketball season?
Yeah. Penny Hardaway as a dog at Clemson. Clemson 16 winning streak. I think they're due for a letdown spot. Memphis going to look to bounce back after that loss at home against Arkansas State. Memphis more athletic in the backcourt, very good, underrated defensive team. Took Texas A&M plus 2.5 against Purdue. Texas A&M advantage in the backcourt. Buzz as a dog is money. Also, this is going to be the best defensive team that Purdue has faced with no Edey. I think their guards are going to struggle to get shots off. Texas State against FAU. Texas State's my team this year. Loaded in the backcourt, experienced guards. I think they have the advantage. FAU can't guard shit. Obviously, new coach, new players, a whole new swap. Really struggle on the defensive end getting stops. This is too many points with how explosive Texas State is. Texas State, when they should have beat TCU at TCU. This is a team we need to remember come March. And then Dayton at home picks them against Marquette. A little bit of a letdown spot. Marquette coming off that big win against Wisconsin. Then they have a game early in the week. I'm spacing who they do, but this is just the classic sandwich spots. Dayton is actually pretty good. They could make a Sweet 16 run this year.
I love it. Here are my bets. I'm not going to give you reasoning this week. You have to decipher for yourself. Texas A&M +2 versus Purdue. Just basically what Erik said. Auburn -6 first half versus Ohio State. South Dakota -9 versus Western Illinois. ULM, UT Arlington over 151.5. Florida -7.5. LSU +4. Louisville +11. I sprinkled a little bit on the money line too against Kentucky. Illinois +1.5. Belmont +1. Oklahoma -2.5. There's your Oklahoma State play. I actually bet Oklahoma. And Northern Arizona +4 versus Pepperdine.
It's a lot, dude.
I was up late looking at the early lines and seeing like what little movement I could kind of like scrounge out of some of these. Now, I hate the Lakers asking any round robins today. I do have one. I'm taking, mine is Army Navy over 39.5, UC Davis +5, LSU basketball money line, Northern Arizona basketball money line, and Texas A&M basketball money line +4,800 total.
I just did my 4 basketball dogs. What did he say?
It was always Western Michigan / my ex-wife slept with Rich Rod.
Yeah, I did Texas State on the money line, Dayton on the money line, Texas A&M on the money line, and Memphis on the money line.
I'm just going to go with the straight up 2-team parlay. I'm going to go the under in the Army Navy game and South Alabama -9.5. That's +264.
I respect that. Let's make some money asking Chase, any carryovers in horse racing today?
I will find that answer for him post haste.
While he's doing that, I will give out potentially, I mean, there's bowl season, but this is one of the few times I have a teaser. I'm not, and Erik, I'm not teasing basketball. I refuse to tease basketball. I have standards.
The answer is no. It's all jackpots.
It's a 4-point teaser, 4-team teaser. I'm going to tease Army down to a half. Army -0.5 point.
Okay.
I teased South Alabama down to -2.5. And then I went over to the FCS and I teased North Dakota State to -16 and South Dakota State to -14.
Okay.
I feel like I'm crossing some good key numbers there. 4-teamer +300. Not bad. Not bad.
Not bad at all.
One of the last few teasers of the year. Any takes, any final parting takes for the crowd before we get out of here, fellas?
I think we should just touch on this Bill Belichick thing. What are your guys' 2 cents? And then I'll add my 2 cents.
I think it will either work very well, and by very well, it's like UNC standards. I think he'll be like, maybe they'll be like a perennial like 9-win team, and then kind of like make the playoffs every once in a while. It'll either be that, or it will crash and burn and fail miserably. I don't think there's a middle ground for what will happen. I think he could do really good in the transfer portal, but I don't know.
I think he has so much experience as a GM at the Patriots, and I think that kind of experience is now extremely valuable in college football. He hired a really smart guy in Michael Lombardi from VSiN to be his general manager of the UNC, I guess, football team to handle NIL and everything. So I think he's like completely set up for success. It's not like North Carolina is in a rich recruiting territory with Virginia close, with South Carolina, with Georgia and everything like that. I think he could end up doing something crazy and like winning some natties.
I I like it. My big thing with it is I think what we're going to see is we're not going to see him really go after these like 18-year-olds. I think he's just going to say F that. There may be like some 3-star, 4-stars that that come there, but not the blue chips. What he's going to do is he's going to get those 22, 23-year-olds that are going to be like projected 4th, 5th round picks. He's going to say, hey, come here for a year. I can make you a 2nd and a 3rd. I think they're just going to be so experienced that he's just going to sell them on that. He's going to get some experienced college coaches in there. Hopefully not one isn't Matt Patricia. But I think it's going to work. The main thing is, and it's been going on social media, there's only a $1 million buyout in the spring. So there is the potential that he could leave in 2020.
And jump to an NFL team.
Yeah, there is that. There is that opt out right there, which is something kind of crazy. NIL money went up to $20 million. You got the Jordan brand. North Carolina, everyone looks at like where these Florida State and Clemson are going to go. I think North Carolina, because they're tied to the Jordan brand with these conference realignment, I kind of think that's the school from the ACC you want to go after. Now bringing Belichick there just makes it more appealing.
Also, on top of it, it's nice that Belichick has kind of shown like a softer, more personable side, because I don't think his like NFL approach would work as well in college.
No.
He's been like way more chill watching him on the media.
You're dealing with people who have been the best player in their small town that have huge egos. Like he's not going to deal with that shit.
So
But
if we're
going to be all older kids, I think there's going to be a ton of like 3rd, like 4th round.
Cam Rising to UNC?
Yeah, I was going to say Cam Rising.
Well, no, like he's been like the Cal quarterback.
Yeah, Fernando.
Like someone like that. The Western Kentucky quarterback is transferring. Someone like that, older guy, projected to be like a 5th round pick. Someone like that going there. He's like, hey, I'm going to teach you what you need. I'm going to get you there. His whole sales pitch is going to be, hey, we are a pipeline. You come here. No one is going to get you ready for the NFL like I'm going to get you ready. Because I've been there and I've done that, and I can give you all the tools. And that's going to be the sales pitch right there.
The other thing is, it's still like you're trading an old coach for an old coach.
Well, he is younger.
1 year.
Is younger.
How long is Belichick realistically there?
He's there 3 years, and Steve takes over.
Who? Oh yeah, Steve. So if we're talking old NFL coaches who are like very old now, do we see Pete Carroll get a shot?
I could see Pete Carroll go to college.
That's what I'm saying. Do we see him get a shot in college?
I
think he would kill it in the NIL era.
I could see him going. The only place I could see him going would be back to USC.
Go to Cal. Go to Cal.
So
if Wilcox doesn't work out. All right, boys. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for listening. We appreciate you. Follow that man, Chase, out of Oaklawn everywhere. Notorious OTB on Spotify. Follow that man down there, Uncle Rico, at eTop21 Sports everywhere. Follow me at XFL Gym everywhere you can find anything. We love you guys. And we'll see you next time for another episode of the College Football Tailgate Big Show. Bye-bye, everybody.